Hiya, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rosie Henshaw. If you're new here, then welcome. It's lovely to meet you. And if you're already existing, guys, then thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate it. Just grab yourself a nice cup of tea and some snacks. And let's get into today's video. So I'm drinking mine in a Halloween mug. Ooh, very spooky, as it is now autumn. So now it is autumn, I'm going to be doing a lot of videos, i.e. crafts for autumn. I'm also going to be doing decorate with me, tours, a few little vlogs as well, why not? But today's video is a craft video, so you're going to need a few little bits, but today's craft video is my little twist on the new viral craft hacks that are going all around Instagram, and probably TikTok too. I don't have TikTok otherwise, but I have seen people saying it's from TikTok, you know, they share over. So I've seen the bubble cauldron. Now I ordered these bits and I did say to you about it when I showed you my craft stuff for the crafts for autumn, and lots of you said, please can you show us the cauldron? It sounds like it's going to be amazing. Do you want to just say though, you're going to be seeing my hands up close in this video. I do apologise. I have been sanding, staining, using chemicals to get back a lampshade that I'm doing. I'm going to do a video of a few upcycles from charity shops, but let's just say my hands look like workman hands. They've took a battery and I should have wore gloves. But I thought I'd just FYI that out there. So you're going to need a few bits. The first craft we're going to do is the bubbles. So the bubble cauldron, I've been seeing this everywhere. Now you're going to need a cauldron or a black bowl to do this with. These are really cheap. You can get these in the pound shop. I did get this one from Home Bargains. I paid like £1.50 for it, I believe. Also as well, I'm going to do a little variation on it. So a lot of people are using clear baubles in this or disco balls in this. Now when I had a look around, to fill up your cauldron, it's going to cost quite a lot. It's going to be like a £25–30 craft if you're going to get the clear marble sort of like baubles. Obviously you could paint them yourself, but then you need all the supplies for that as well. And also as well, you're going to need the actual balls. Another thing as well I've seen is the disco balls. Yet again, a lot of money to buy them, even off Amazon. So for the amount you're going to need to fill this up with, you're going to need to get some lights as well. So I'll do a little version to go along with the sort of idea of the balls to be in there to create the bubbles. Then I've got a little idea, which I'll probably have in my kitchen because it's more fitting with my thing. Right. So what I've actually got, because it'll actually be cheaper to do this, I've got some lights from the range. Now these were £2, but they do these for £1 in the pound shop. I just didn't have a chance to get down there. So you can get these for £1. Obviously with your cauldron, you can get from the pound shop too, so that'd be a £2 craft. Then I've gone into the Christmas section at the range, and I've got the ones that I found to be the cheapest. Now I wanted to show you, if you do want to make this as a piece of decor that you have out every year and you don't mind spending £20, they do have clear baubles that you can do with bubbles, and it will look really realistic. They do these in the range and they do packets of them on Amazon. I got a couple of those. However, like in the craft section, however, I'm going to be filling mine. You need with different sizes. So I got for £2 from the range, I got a packet of these marbled sort of like white balls, silver balls. And then for £3, I got this packet of glittery balls, kind of like the disco balls. So what you're going to need to start up is you're going to need to stuff your cauldron with a little bit. I'm going to put my hot glue gun on as well. You don't necessarily need hot glue. You can just probably use like double-sided tape to tape these together so you can take them out if you want to. Sorry guys, let me just plug this in. As always, Rosie's never that organised. Now you can stuff your cauldron with tissue paper, old wrapping paper, carry bags, a big polystyrene ball, whatever you want to do. I'm going to be using some of these. So I've actually got a stew on. I don't know if you can see the casserole dish in the background. And I bought some of these liners for the casserole dish. And a family member popped round and was like, I don't think you should be using them in your casserole dish. She was like, have you used them before? I was like, no. She was like, even though it saves you a little bit of a clean-up job, it is plastic, and also, do you really want to be cooking in plastic, like basically in a plastic bag? And I was like, actually, I didn't really think that through. So rather than just throw these, I'm going to use these, and it's kind of like a nice little effect anyway. So I'm going to scrunch these up. Might need a bit of sticky tape as well. Getting all my crafting stuff out while I'm already crafting. So a little bit of sticky tape, just to join this scrunch down and stuff it up. And then what I have seen, so in order to not have to buy so many baubles, what I have got instead is some tinsel. So you're not really going to see it, but I thought it was going to reflect a lot of the light, that's 2 bags, a lot of the light in the background. Let me just do this before I talk, because otherwise I'm gonna... So our cauldron, pretty full, but like I say, you can do that with paper. You could even use like a foam block if you wanted to. Oh, I've just seen, sorry, we've got a group chat going on. My friend Abby's just messaged. So now I'm going to use this tinsel. So I got this from the range and I paid 99p for this. You can get these from the pound shop and you can get like 2 packets of these normally for £1, but I think they're a lot finer in tinsel. I'm going to use the whole lot of this. So I'm just going to shove this in the best I can. I'm going to trim it a tiny bit because we're obviously not going to need as much as I thought. And I just feel like that's a nice little base and it's going to look sparkly, like magic is going on. This is a decoration to go in the middle of your table if you're doing like party food or just a Halloween decoration to have out. I've then got these balls, so I'm going to do it this way. So £1, £3, £2, so £6, £7.50. So we are going to be £7.50, and then with the lights, we've got this for under £10 to do this because a lot of them are coming out really, really expensive. And I'd always try, if I can, to make the crafts as accessible to everyone as physically possible. One thing I will say is, one idea I had is, I know lots of people that watch me on here also have small children. If you do have like a little ball pit or play balls, you could always paint them as well. Hobbycraft do polystyrene balls as well that you could obviously get and paint, but they're all the same size, so then I'd probably think it'd work better to have different coloured ones as well. So I'm just going to pop all of the balls the cauldron, popping them down. Now I will go in and glue these after, but I've got quite a few crafts to show you in this video, so I'm going to just go in with the balls best I can, making sure that the tabs are down on them. I would say while you've got your lights on, before you put all the little balls in, I would weave these in. So I've got to put some batteries in these. What I would do is I will take a little bit of footage a little bit later today. I'll go get some batteries. Weave these in while you've just got the larger balls. It'll be easier before you start gluing in all your little little balls. If anyone's got my video on and it's on loud, before you start tucking your balls in, guys, making sure that they're even, and then just making sure that my battery pack is at the back, it's accessible. I can tuck it in at the back here and I can get to it. Right, then what we're going to do is we're going to start adding some of the smaller balls. So realistically, you need to scatter these all around. And this is where the glue gun's going to come in, guys. Because you're going to place them, I'd place them all down roughly where you kind of want them. They look like it's, the cauldron looks like it's bubbling up. Place a few where you want them to be. I will show you a proper view of this once it's done, guys, as well. And then we need to save enough of these balls to just glue a few, cascading down the front of the pot to make it look like it's over bubbled. So I'm going to get a few of these out, save a few. I'm going to scatter the other ones in, and like I say, then you go in and glue these. Oh. Man down, man down. So you don't have to obviously glue all these ones in. Don't have to, because then you can make it like easier to tuck away each year rather than it getting damaged. And now I've got my hot glue gun on, I'm just going to take off the little holder, and I am going to glue onto that bit. I'm just going to glue them coming out of the pot, and I'm going to make sure it's in the different mix of colours. I think these colours work really well from the range, to be honest with you. Trying to mix up the different variations of bauble that you have. So we've got like a matte one there. And now we're obviously going to want to close that gap slightly to make sure it looks like it's actually overspilt over the cauldron. I think a lot of people that are sharing this kind of idea are making it a little bit too complicated by a lot of expensive, you know, accessories with it, and you really don't have to. It really can be as simple as you want it to be and cheaply as you want it to be. And like I say, you might already have silver decorations. But look, it looks like a bubbling cauldron that looks beautiful for Halloween. You could even stencil your family name on the front of this, or boo over the front of it, and it's just really, really cute. I'll give you a little close-up. I'm just going to pop in the last of these so it fills it in, but I'll show you a close-up because the tinsel is glittering through this and it just looks like sparkles, like it's a pot filled with magic basically. And once the lights are on later, it's just going to look adorable. And like I say, this is just a perfect item. You can glue all the items in if you want to, i.e. the padded paper or whatever you're putting in there, then the tinsel. You can glue it all in so it stays really solid, or you can just do it like that. It's not really an issue. I think they'll easily come off the front as well, and you can do different variations each year. So that's the first craft. Now, I did have an idea as well. So I haven't got another cauldron, so it's just an idea. Just a random idea, because we've done that one. I'm going to get onto another craft in a minute. But they do really cheaply packets of pumpkins. Now, I did show these last month and then they went up to like £25. They've gone back down to £7 for this huge pack of pumpkins, guys. So you get like different colours. You've got like the large blue one, lighter ones. It comes with loads of different coloured pumpkins, different ones, different sizes. Now, I just thought, how cute would this idea be to do it with pumpkins and then get some of the smaller pumpkins to cascade down the side of the pot, almost like it's a cauldron filled with magic. And obviously you could put different coloured tinsel under this as well. I'd probably go for gold because the stems are gold, but you could do a pumpkin pot. Now, I know not everyone has pumpkins, but if you do have some of these, you can just go get yourself a cauldron. You haven't got to go get all the baubles if you don't want, and you could do a pumpkin pot instead, which would be really cute. I have got a crate that I'm going to be doing with my pumpkins, so I'm not going to do that and glue them down because I feel like these would need gluing in because they're irregular shapes, but I've got a craft coming up with them, so I won't show you them for now. But I just thought I'd give you that idea because I know lots of you bought some of the pumpkins as well, so you can use them to do that as well. But I just thought, can you imagine all the pumpkins in here as well? It'd be just such a lovely little versatile idea. So we're going on to the next craft now. So you are going to need a large pumpkin of some sort. Move that out of the way. Going to be using, obviously I forgot to say, if you did want to add some clear baubles to this as well to make it more bubbly, you can. We'll actually add them quickly before I do that because I did get a couple. So I'll add the 2 that I got. So yeah, it looks really realistic, still under £10 even with these 2 baubles from the range, which are 80p each, are still just under £10 or just bang on the money. So I'll pop that there. I'd probably glue the clear ones in as they're hanging so clear, like on the edge. So I'm just going to stuff my basket as I did with the cauldron. Now, rather than doing the baubles with the cauldron, I've got an idea to do pumpkins as a more full one, which I think would be really cute. So I've got these pumpkins. Now, these are available again for £7, which is really good off Amazon. Every time I link something, it goes up in price because a lot of you buy it and then the sellers think, oh, it must be in demand, we'll put the prices up. So these are £7. I will leave the link below in the description box. But when I linked these last month, they went up to £25. So just bear in mind, if they do go up in price more than £7, Up to 10 I'd say is still good value because you get 19 pumpkins. If it goes more than that though, just type in pumpkins, foam decor pumpkins, and scroll right down to the bottom. You'll find some that are cheaper than that. So I'm going to start putting in some of the different sizes. These are all the different colours that you get with these ones. I have got a lot of white or orange. You can get orange ones from them. They do set colours, different ones that you can use instead. But I'm using these ones that come in a pack because I actually think the colours will look really cute in my kitchen because I've got some bright colours on the blind and some pottery. And I'm just going to stack up. Now I'm going to save some of the smaller pumpkins. Can you hear Bertie? That one there. And that one. And then a little pink one. And then a little bit of glue on the bottom, just to cascade these over the edge. Got a little, another green one. And just hold them for a little while they set. And you've got your Cascading pumpkin basket, which is just really, really cute and more of an autumn sort of theme. Obviously, I have these to hand. I've not got my white ones or my orange ones out yet. I've got a lot of these sort of pumpkins, but in these oranges, which look really, really cute, especially with the stems in the background, like I say. But I'm using what I've got, and I just thought that is like a really, really cute alternative idea to the bubbling over, you know, cauldron. Like I say, I'm going to glue that one bauble there because it's hanging over the edge. Or just do both. They're really, really cute little ideas. So I've got those. I'm going to pop this over here. Now I'm going to get on to our second craft. Well, technically third, but that was just my version of the bubble cauldron. So I'm going to get on to the second idea. Now, I've got these foam orange pumpkins. Yet again, I will link these below. Now, a lot of people in America are doing the thing where you can cut the top of the pumpkin out, a circle like the size of a cup, and then you can put flowers in them to turn them into kind of like pumpkin vases. Now, to be honest with you, the ones that you get off Amazon that are a really decent price, they're solid foam, so you're not going to be able to do that. So I thought as well, you can keep the stem on it in case you want to use it again, so you can patch these up. So I had a little idea, what I thought would be quite a nice idea, and that would be to kind of punch little holes in these and pop some stems through it, some autumnal ones, just to basically still keep the pumpkin looking beautiful, but to go on the idea of having the pumpkin stems, because I think once you cut a big hole at the top of it, you can't reuse it. And if you decide that you don't want it for that anymore, you're not going to be able to, are you? So these pumpkins are really easy to push the stems. And these stems are from the range, and they're like £1.50 for a pick. And just bend it down, so you've still got the pumpkin on the front, so it still looks like you've got that look. When you cut a big hole in it, you lose that look, and I don't really want to do that. So I've got another one of these little stems. So I think, you know, the pumpkins, I got a large pack of these, £10, so it's probably about £2-3 for that pumpkin, and then about £3 for these, so about £6 for a big piece of decor. I'm just going to pop that one in. Slightly higher than that one, and sort of spread that out. And then I think it needs one last thing. So I'm thinking maybe like an orange stem at the back, but I feel like that's too much with both of them. So I'm just going to pick one off. And these stems were £2, these orange eucalyptus. I love buying stems that I thought, oh look, where it's been in the shed, I've got a little spider on it. Get down there, get down there. Free yourself. So yeah, I thought it'd be good to just have, oh, it's on my hand, look. Come on, get down. There you go. Go fend for yourself now. And then I'm going to pop this one in the middle. This one's going to be a bit harder to pop in. I'm going to need to cut this with scissors, I think, to make this more sturdy. Wherever I put my scissors. They're here, they're under all the glitter stuff. all of the tinsel. Sorry if that freaked anyone out with the spiders. I forget some people are scared, like Gary's very scared of spiders. That was like a tiny little baby though. Should have got my pliers in from the shed, but I didn't think. If yours aren't going through as well, so easy into the pumpkin, you can always, with a little pair of scissors or a sharp knife, just pierce a little hole, which I think I'm going to actually do. Got one in the dishwasher, one of my sharp knives, because I've done a dinner yesterday. I'm just going to pierce a little tiny hole. There we go. So it's easy to go into. And then I'm going to push that in. Still going to attempt to. There we go. Break that. I should have put my little pliers in. Never prepared, am I, guys? And there's the little holes already there. Just find it with a little slit. And you've got a beautiful display for about £6. So obviously that's with me overestimating foam pumpkins. You can get these foam pumpkins ever so slightly smaller from the pound shop, but then that's a good thing because you probably only need one of these stems. So you'll get a smaller pumpkin for £1. You could get the one of these stems to put more centre than one of these, and it'd literally cost you about £4.50, £5 to do one of these. So we've got this as well, which I thought was a really lovely little craft to do. And now we're on to our last viral craft. Got this piece of artwork from the charity shop. So going all over TikTok and Instagram is people buying prints like this from the charity shop, really cheap. And because it's got that kind of like an eerie frame on it, basically getting some acrylic paints, which we've got here, painting over the landscape to get rid of like anything that's kind of happy, and putting ghosts there and pumpkins instead. And making all the trees have like autumn leaves and stuff in them too. So I bought this. It is a beautiful painting, and I did think, shall I keep it for my bedroom? Then when I've put it all around the house, there isn't really anywhere for this to go full time. So I am going to do it. I paid £6 for this. So I am going to do what I said to it. And yeah, deal with the consequences later if I have to. But the only reason I thought, do you know what, this would be a lovely talking point. It'd be a beautiful piece of art that I can put out every autumn. It'd be really cute. Obviously, I'll add my own little touch to it, and it'll actually get used more than me just going, oh no, don't use it, stick it up in the bedroom, and then not liking it and taking it down and then donating it again. So I am going to paint over this. I have checked as well, it's not a famous artist, because Gary was like, can you imagine if you painted over a famous artist piece of work? That would be typical for us. You'd like done that. Imagine it's like £1 million painting or something and you've painted over it. The amount of people who could help with that amount of money. So yeah, I've got my acrylic paints. I've got this tin set for £3 from the range. So I do have lots of paints, big tubs of it, but I've got this little painting set because I've got a lot of little crafts coming up for Christmas time as well. And it comes with a little pencil, the acrylic paints, a little brush and a little paintbrush, because I did need to get some brushes. So I thought, you know what, it's the same cost, and it's a little art studio set, so I've got everything I need in it. And yeah, I think I'm going to go over this. I'm going to do a little up close though, so you can actually see what I'm doing. So I'm going to adjust the camera so you can see, but this is the before. So you can see with the cows and stuff in it. And then we're going to paint it now, and you'll see what it looks like.
Sometimes we act like a fool, not aware we're troublemakers. Sometimes we try to be cool, not being givers, only takers. Stop for a minute, stop and breathe for a minute. Don't get over your head, try to listen instead, won't you? Who you wanna be for a minute. Don't get over your head, you're like everyone else, aren't you? You could gain from being a bit nicer, know when to talk and when to shut your mouth. You're so moody, always such a fighter. Try
like before. And here is what it looks like now. So super happy with this. I could have put some bats at the top, but I actually thought I really like this simple as it is, because I really was drawn to the picture anyway. So I wanted to keep a lot of the concepts that was there, and the focal points being the two items, rather than cows having ghosts and pumpkins. All the water's murky, and if you look in the countryside, all the leaves are starting to go orange. The water's really murky and dark now, and the sky's really grey. Pop this on my shelf in my living room, so that'll go in there with all my autumnal stuff to decorate. You have to let me know what your favourite craft is. I'm going to show you now as well what the other bits look like, and I'll insert that clip here as well. So guys, let me know what your favourite is. I've been Rosie Henshaw. See you later. Take care. Bye.